And everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our final webinar of the school year. And we could not do any of this without our very generous and wonderful sponsors. So let's thank our sponsors, Wells Fargo. Ford Motor Company Fund has been absolutely tremendous to us for many years in support of teachers. They are the biggest champions of teachers. Between them and Wells Fargo, TD Bank, and Assurant, really in this community, they've done the most over and Assurant Insurance as well. So we really thank all of these donors. The Kids in Need Foundation, PNC Bank just came in and addressed the emergency need to help teachers. So we appreciate all of them. Florida Blue Cross Blue Shield, Wells Fargo, the Ziff Family Foundation, PL, the Kirk Foundation. So we're grateful to all of these donors. So right now what we're doing, and again, I'm going to ask you all to mute your microphones if it's not on mute before we get started. So,
Audrey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, everybody else, please mute. So, really quickly, if you see, can you guys see the screen? You can just type a yes in there or say something. So, yes. On the screen, the Ford Motor Company Fund, which is their charitable leg, they gave us a big donation, but we have to match it. So if you guys, I know teachers are stretched thin right now, but not all of you. Some teachers, have second jobs, or maybe you have rich spouses if you're lucky. But if you can even spare just $5, please go to our website, and where you see this page, support our work. Even if it's $5, Ford will match that. And we need to raise another $10,000, which we're not expecting you to give, but little by little, we're going to hope to get there. And then that 10 will turn to 20. So we'll be able to offer even more training for you over the summer and once we resume classes in the fall, however that's going to look. So anyway, please go to our website, look for this page, support our work. Really quickly, before we get started, we have one more minute before Michelle's ready. So this is a page, take a picture of it. Ophelia, if you can share this, I'd appreciate it, or Carmen. These are our social media tags. It's really, really helpful when teachers tag us and say, hey, Ed Fund, we appreciate the support for teachers. My students are responding well, things like that. So please, go onto your social media, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram, and tag us. And if you do @Education Fund Miami for Facebook and Instagram, and just @Education Fund on Twitter. It really means a lot. It takes a minute, and it'll really help us raise more money, which we then put right back into programs that support you. So 5 minutes of your time can go a long way. We appreciate it. And last but not least, take a picture of this. We'll share this again. All of our previous webinars are available on our YouTube channel for free. You can go back and watch them, review them, look at them, pause them, rewind them, whatever you want to do. So this one will also be up on our YouTube channel by tomorrow. So please take advantage of these resources and get the most out of these webinars, and always feel free to email any questions. So without further ado, I am going to introduce what I have started to call my dream team. I am so grateful to these women. These are phenomenal teachers who have done so much to help up to 2,000 teachers on these webinars. So Michelle Singh, Carmen Mariquin, and Ophelia Alberto, take it away.
Welcome, guys. I'm glad that you're all here. Thank you for participating with us all this time.
And I'm here. I was just trying to unmute. Welcome. Hi, everyone. Oh, look, me and Carmen have the same background. So I'm gonna actually turn my camera off while I'm sharing my screen, because you'll see my screen. You should see my screen now. Nice to see your faces, some adult faces, once in a while, right?
Oh, Miss Arenas, I see you got in. Good. I'm glad to see you here. I like your painting behind you. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I am gonna jump in, and let me go to my agenda. So here's what we're going to talk about today for collaboration. We're going to talk about how you can collaborate with your students in private channels, breakout rooms, how students can collaborate with files, with formatting that you can set up for them, and of course in discussions, and setting ground rules for group work. So for the first thing that I wanted to show you was this team with the channels that have been already created. So in this team, I have channels that have been set up, private channels and standard channels. The ones that you see that have the padlocks at the end are private channels. Okay, the other ones are standard channels that everyone can see. So private channels are only seen by the people I add. So one of the first things I'm going to talk to you about is how to create channels, private and standard. I know that I may have talked about it in other webinars, but I want to just recap it so that in case you didn't see it before, you're able to do it now.
It's
So
working.
when you're inside of a team, okay, clicking ellipses wherever you see them, okay, you can see them next to each channel, always gives you more options. Okay, so when you click the ellipses here, you're going to click add channel. When you select add channel, you can put the name of the channel. Private channels are only seen by the people that you choose to be added to that channel. Standard channels are seen by everybody who is in that team. So once you put the name of your team, you can name it however you want. If you're doing small group activities, and if you wanted to actually name the team, like in this case, I have small group 1 and small group 2, but then in another example, I actually have the group names, the small group names, I have them by school mascots. So small group Gators, Hurricanes, Panthers, Rattlers, Seminoles, Wildcats, right? So you can just kind of decide how you want to set those up. So clicking the ellipses again, clicking add channel. Okay, I am going to give it a name. Description is optional. Under privacy, if I want the channel to be public or visible to everyone on the team, I leave it at standard. But if I want a private channel, okay, I am actually going to put it as private. The next step is to add the people that I want to be in this private channel. So if I'm creating a small group and I only want 4 students in the small group, I am going to add those 4 students to this small group. And then I can create my other team and add the other 4 students and my other, no, I'm sorry, not my other team, but my other channel and add my students. And so I am able to create these spaces, these small spaces for students where they can go into the team and see the small groups that they're part of. Now, if I'm a student and I'm assigned to the Gator group, I am only going to see the Gator group. I'm not going to see the other ones because I'm only able to see the teams that I have been added to, not the other ones. As the teacher, you can see everything because you're the one that created the team. So if I'm in the Gator group, that's the only group that I'm going to see. Okay, so it's just important to know the difference between the standard and the private channels, because when you set up these breakout rooms and these small groups and assign students to them, this is what they're going to see under their channel list. Okay, so that was the first thing that I wanted to show you, how to create the teams. The next thing that I want to talk to you about, so creating private channels for groups, is breakout rooms. Breakouts have become very popular, especially during online, these online class meetings that we're having with students. So creating breakout rooms is a way to add engagement to your online class meetings. So the first step in creating a breakout room is to create private channels in the team, in that class team that you are meeting with. Okay, and you want to keep the breakout small, like 4 students in a private channel. So again, what that looks like, I think I was here. Yep. What that looks like is this. I can have breakout room 1. And again, I can name it whatever I want. Breakout room yellow, breakout room pink, whatever I want to name it. But you do have these breakout rooms set up and students are assigned already to the rooms. You want to do that ahead of time. And when you are having your class meetings, okay, the breakout rooms work as, I'm going to do this really quick just so I can show you. Oh, actually, no. the breakout rooms become the place for the students to go to work on something together, like whether it's a scavenger hunt or they're solving a puzzle or they're solving a problem. But that breakout room is that space for the kids to go to answer questions, complete a learning task, whatever it is. It adds that engagement and that critical thinking aspect to your online meeting, where again, they're not just listening to you talk. So it's going to be related to whatever your meeting topic is, but you give the students time during your class meeting. So give them about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the time length, the length of time you're in the meeting, to go to their respective breakout rooms. They can actually click on the channel and go into the breakout room that they are assigned to, and they'll be meeting there with their team. They can be just replying to prompts together, or they can even have their own meeting, online meeting within the breakout room with their team to solve the problem that you've posed for them, or work out the answer the questions that you've posed for them. What you do have to remember to do is provide a start and stop time. So if my meeting is from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and the breakout is from 8:40 to 8:55, I'm going to tell the students at 8:55, everyone needs to come back to this meeting room, because we're going to be sharing what your results are from your breakout session. So you're giving the kids, think of your traditional classroom. You're giving them time to kind of go off to the side, work in their small groups, come back together as a whole group, and now share out. That's basically what the breakout room is. You're providing them a space for them to work together, to really have that autonomy and utilize those skills, those critical thinking, creativity skills, communication and collaboration skills, and then you're bringing them back together in the whole group. Okay, so what you need to do, your role in doing that, is basically creating the private channels for the breakouts. Okay. And I showed you how to do that, assigning the students to the breakouts. And then once you have the online class meeting, remember, when you're scheduling these online class meetings, it's always a good idea to schedule them inside the channel of the team. Okay, so you schedule those online class meetings inside your team's channel so that you can you have the meeting link right there for the students, and they're able to come back to the main meeting from their breakout room. Okay, so again, scheduling the meeting by going to your calendar, hitting schedule. I'm just going to type main class meeting. When you put the date and the time that you want it to be scheduled, remember to add it to a channel. And that's what I mean by scheduling the meeting to a channel. Okay, there should be a drop down coming in, but my computer's not performing well. So I'm going to select the class, and I'm going to select my online meeting channel. That makes it a lot easier. And then I'm going to hit send. And that meeting now is going to be in that channel. And so once the students are in the team, they have access to click around into the online meeting. Okay, so I'm going to just start it so you can see what that looks like for them. Join. Let me mute myself so it does not cause an echo. I'm going to turn my camera off. You may want to keep your camera on. And it's connecting. So that meeting is going on. Okay, so let's pretend all your students are here. Now, students, it's 8:45. You have 10 minutes to go to your breakout. So here's what the student is going to do. They're going to go on the left, click team. Okay, when they click team, they have not exited the meeting. This meeting is still happening for them. It's actually up here for them. And they're going to go to their breakout room. So if I belong into breakout room 1, that's the only one that pops up on my list. Okay, notice this meeting, this main meeting is still happening here. They even have a little icon here where they can easily click back into the main meeting. So they're not going to lose the meeting so long as they don't hang up. And even if they hang up, they can always go back to the channel to rejoin. So they go to their breakout room, their task is there. They can have a discussion with each other in the post section if they want. They can start a meeting and have their own online meeting going on in the breakout room. So if they want to use that meet now option, turn off my camera. Okay, meet now. And so now they have a meeting happening where they're discussing the prompt. And again, notice, again, you see how it says main class meeting on hold? I can hang up or I can join it. And so now they're done with their meeting inside their channel. They can hang up. Okay, now it's 8:55. We figured out the scavenger hunt. I am going to hit rejoin, and now I am back in the main meeting with the teacher. It really is you have to, now that you're seeing the process, it's not going to be difficult for the kids once they set it up and once you set it up for them and once you walk them through it. You just have to let them know that the main meeting is happening in the online meetings channel. You go into your breakout rooms, you work on your breakout room task and figure out what you need to figure out and rejoin the main meeting at this time. And that's where we'll do the whole group activity. Okay, I'm going to stop there for a second. And I want you to think about, how your online meetings function. And I want you to think about adding this component of a breakout to your class meetings and what that can do for, to ramp up the activity and engagement level for your students. I want you to think about that and please post something in the comments about an activity that you can see yourself doing for a breakout. So think about that for a second, and I'm going to leave it open now for Carmen and Ophelia to ask any questions that they see in the chat, because I know kind of showed you a lot.
I'm not seeing any questions right now, Michelle.
Okay.
You're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. But I'm going to leave this on the screen. I mean, again, these are just the steps, kind of what I walked you through. So creating the private channel, posting your discussion prompt or whatever your learning task or a breakout activity is in that channel for the students to see it. During the class meeting, give them 10 to 15 minutes to go to their respective breakout rooms to do the work, and then provide a hard stop time for them to return to the meeting. And while students are working in breakouts, you continue to be present in the main meeting with your cameras on if you'd like, or you can even have on the screen just the guidelines for the breakout if you want to do that. But just be present in the meeting in case they have a question and they pop back into the main meeting to ask you a question. And then when students return to the online meeting, that main meeting after the breakout, you can do some kind of share out where one person from each group can kind of share what, their learning task was or what their solution was or a summary of what they found or, whatever it is, depending on your assignment. All right. So any ideas from the breakout, from the chat of what people are sharing, Ophelia, Carmen?
Nothing now. Everything's going well. Good pace.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to move quickly along from breakouts. And I'm going to go into uploading files and with formatting. And what that relates to is this. Whenever you're having online meetings, it's important you have a structure that allows you to really engage the students as much as you can. And one way to do that is through notes, collaborative notes. And I actually have seen teachers use this format, and they have said it worked really well, where basically they upload files, like a collaborative Word document before the meeting, and the students fill out this Word document with questions that they pose, and they fill this out. And at the end of the online meeting, they have a document where everyone contributed. So how can you do that? I'm going to show that to you in the team. So again, I would suggest having a designated channel for online class meetings. And in this channel, okay, you can go into the files section, of the channel, and you can either upload a file that you have or create a new file. So you can create a new Word document, and if you notice there's one that says collaborative notes already, you can put a title collaborative notes for, what's today, 5/21 meeting? 5/21/20 class meeting. Okay, and a few benefits here for the students. When you put it in the file section, the students have access to the notes all the time. So if they need to review these class meeting notes for, let's say, a quiz that's coming up, they have access to it just by going to the files. So that's one benefit of using, this kind of note option with the formatting already done, and having the students fill it out. So they have access to it in the file section even after the meeting is over. Okay, and again, you're engaging them during the meeting by having them kind of fill out this these meeting notes as you're going through your lesson. So what you can do, put a lesson title, fill it out how you see fit, date, whatever you would like, class periods, subject, all of that. So you can fill that out. But the formatting happens here where you can kind of use tables, and you can use the tables. Think of kind of like Cornell note structure. So you can have your keywords or
Michelle,
yeah.
share
Yeah.
your screen again.
Uh-oh, sorry. Okay. Are we good?
Yeah, we see the screen.
Okay. Where did I lose you?
It's about probably 30 seconds before that.
Okay. So let me close this. Okay. I'm not sure what happened. Okay. So I was talking about the collaborative notes and having its own channel, having an online meeting channel where the students know everything for online meetings happens in this channel. I can go here to see, all the conversation that happens in this channel with the chats, with the links to the meeting. Everything happens here. Okay. I can also go to files, and when I go to files, this is where I can see the collaborative notes for all the class meetings that we've had. So if I need to review for an exam or a quiz or whatever, I can always view the notes that everyone has contributed to for these meetings. So to create these notes, you can either upload stuff that you have from your computer already, or you can hit new Word document, put your title, so collaborative. Okay, put your title, sorry. And so now it opens up. Again, you can, put whatever introductory information you want to put here. But what really is going to be helpful is for you to utilize tables, and you can structure it similar to like how you would structure Cornell notes, right? So here you can have keywords, or better yet, questions. Questions that you would ask the students, and you have your questions, and then these are their responses to the questions. Okay, and so what you're tasking the students, you're asking the students to do, you're asking them to answer the questions, and then they can put their names after an answer if you want them to. Okay, you can always use like the tracking information to find out, who answered what, because they're all going to be logged into Office 365. But if you want to just say, put your answer, or, put your notes and put your name after it or in parentheses, they can do that. But if you set this up ahead of time where you have your questions and all your questions are here, and while you're doing your lesson, you actually embed time in the lesson for the students to be able to, and you can see it here, do silent note taking. They're able to go to the file section of the team, open up this file, and they all can be working together to answer these questions. And they have these notes, and these notes are there for them to help them study and to help them really learn the content that you're trying to teach them. And it keeps them engaged as well. So what you could do, again, the students, you can alert them to go into the file section and click on the notes for today's meeting, or you can hit reply once you schedule the meeting, and guess what? You can link from the team for today's collaborative notes. And the students will be able to see it because it's a part of that thread and it's a part of that meeting chat. And it's there, and once they click the link, it opens up for them and they're still in the meeting and they have the notes. Okay, so this is what I really love about Teams, because you could just do all of this inside of this one application where you have that collaboration feature, but you have that communication feature as well with the online meetings, and everything takes place in this one, in this one platform. Okay, all right, so going back to my agenda, we talked about the adding and uploading files that with the formatting that was with the meeting notes and adding the tables. Questions? If you can, please. All right, so the next thing, just really quickly, including the format for your discussion replies. That's pretty simple. We talked about discussions in the last section, and we talked about when you have your discussion prompts, right, and how you set it up. Try to be as specific as possible with what you want the students to include, so the students can reply to the prompt, but you also want them to respond to each other. And one of the things that you don't want them to do is just say, I agree, I disagree. You want them to be specific. So find different ways of allowing them to really be specific and give constructive feedback to their classmates. One method that I used to use in the classroom all the time was the tag method, and quite simply, tell something you agreed with or you liked about the prompt, ask a question related to what that person wrote, and then give a suggestion, something that they could add or something that they can improve. And this tag method allows them to create it's a structured response, but a response that gives them, that has merit. Okay. And so that's, you want to always give the students the scaffolding that they need, the structure that they need, instead of just saying reply or respond. Give them some guidelines for that. So that's the formatting for the discussion replies. And then last but not least, you can certainly still do group work, group activities within an online learning environment. If you notice here, there's a channel for online group projects where you can give the students guidelines for a project. When you are doing these kinds of activities, because it's online, you don't have that eye on the students the way you would in your classroom. So you want to have ground rules and roles for students established right away. So here's just an example. You're not tied to this. You can tweak this if you want, but there has to be some rules for the students where they understand what the purpose of the project is or the goal of that particular project is. They have to check in with each other. So maybe that group, you give them a week for this project and they know that they have to check in with each other on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so they schedule time to meet in the channel with each other, or they meet together in a team meeting on their own to get the work done. And they share responsibilities. It's not like one person is doing all the work. everyone contributes to the success of the project. And they agree to using some kind of online tool for the project delivery, whether it's a Microsoft tool, a Google tool, some other third-party tool, but they are using some online format where they can easily upload it to the channel or the assignments tab, or provide a link to view this end result of the project. And as far as the roles, you can assign roles to students, and here are some examples. Again, you're not married to this. This is just an example of what it can look like. But it is really important to establish these ground rules and these roles so that students know exactly what the expectation is when doing these group activities. And, time isn't wasted. And they know, they know what's going on and what the purpose is. Okay, so with that, I am going to go back here, and we're going to stop here. And with 3 minutes left, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that we could go to the team and answer questions. So if you have a question, please raise your hand, and I am going to click on the raise hands and see who's first. Okay, all right. So, okay, before I do that, Ophelia, Carmen, anything?
No, Michelle. I think they want to talk to you.
Okay, we'll start with Garcia. It just says Garcia.
Yes, hi, everybody. I have a question. First of all, I was not allowed to put anything in the chat room, in case you didn't know that. It said channel meetings is only available for team members.
And here's why. You signed in as a guest. You didn't sign in with your Office 365 credentials.
Oh, whatever that is. Okay, thank you. So 2 quick questions. One is there a video the same way you told us this is how you do your little breakout room and you click here and that? Is there a video like that for the kids version so they can see that too? Because we're all learning.
Not that I know of, not a video for the breakout room, but I don't see why you wouldn't be able to share a video from the teacher's perspective, so at least the kids understand what they're doing.
Right.
Unless you create the video yourself. They don't.
Right.
I know they don't have a lot of student-facing materials yet, because everything that's been created has just been for the teacher.
Got it. Because I mean, it's a learning process for us as well as them. So it's nice if there was something already for them, since we're also trying to learn.
Yeah, no, I get it totally. And a lot of times you may just have to create these little mini tutorials, the recording options in PowerPoint, which we talked about, and sharing it with your kids,
And the other thing is, you mentioned there's tracking, like when the kids are actually doing things in the breakout. How is that tracking?
No, I didn't say in the breakout. So there is a history option in Word. That's what it was for the notes when you're in Word, where you could view tracking. I think it's under the I forget which tab. There's a tracking option where you could track changes and where you can see like a history of the file. That's what you would look at on the Word. If you go to Word and you just in the top where it says tell me what to do, just type in tracking.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, Miriam. Miriam? You have
yes, earlier we couldn't see your screen, so that's why I could let you know that we could not see.
Thank you, Miriam. Okay, Marva Nelson, you can unmute for me if you want to ask your question.
Yes, you can hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Marva.
Okay. I just wanted to ask this question about the breakout. You said, do I have to put the kids into that group?
Yeah, when you create the private channel, you add the students you want to add into that private channel.
And it will show up in the activity to say that they are in this breakout room?
It will show up in their channel list. that they're in that channel, that they have that channel as a part of their channel list. I believe there's going to be a link. I don't know if it's already added in the chat. There will be a link for private channels that's shared, so you could see how to create that and what that would look like.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Daniela.
Wait, sorry, I was muted. Hi, how are you, Michelle? Okay,
Hi.
so I had asked a question. I just wanted to verify. So if I create these channels for the kids to go into, and I have my main meeting going on, then, and I tell the kids to come back in 15 minutes and they don't, or I want to see what the kids are doing, I can go ahead and go into that channel and go into that
Yes.
meeting. Okay.
Yes, good point. Thank you for bringing that up because I didn't say it. But yes, absolutely. You can pop in and out of those channels as you need to check on the kids' progress. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for bringing that up.
Michelle, that was mentioned in the chat, okay? Also, someone else asked, that was mentioned in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see. Wilcox, Glenise.
Hi. I have a
Hi.
question. How many private channels is there for each team?
For private channels, I think the limit might be 30. It might be 30. Let me just double check that. I'm sure there's an article we could find and post it.
Because I tried to. I have six classes, and only the first. I created a team for every single student in every class, and only the first period can actually see their channels, except for one student, and all the other classes cannot see their channels. And I tried to log a call with Microsoft Teams. We've been going back and forth for weeks now, but it was never resolved.
Oh, that's gonna be that one is a little tricky because I would actually have to see what it looks like on your end to see what, if it's a glitch or another error. But you can definitely add as the owner of the team, you can add 30 private channels per team. 30 private channels per team.
It only let me, I was only able to add 8. It was 19 students in one class. 18 students can see their channels. The last student could not see hers.
Okay, so again, I really don't know. I can't diagnose that issue.
Okay.
I would recommend calling that 995 help number and telling them, and they may be able to kind of, go through and see what you're doing and help you there. Because it could be a bigger issue. It could be, I don't even know where to start with that.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we have Margarita.
Yes. Yes, I have a question. How to add the kids to the small?
Okay, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. So if you're not talking, if you don't mind muting so that I can hear Margarita a little bit better. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so how do you put the name of the kids on the small groups? How do you push them? Like you type the name of everybody?
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
15 kids, so I type the name for that group?
So remember, they're already in your team. So if you start by typing their last name, it'll populate and you select the student.
Okay, what is this 995 number that you just mentioned?
It's the help desk for Miami-Dade County Public Schools, 995 help, 305-995 help.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Sure.
I didn't know about that.
And it's open I think Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4. And it's open for you all to call about anything remote learning. It's the distance learning hotline that's been open since March, since school closures happened. It's for students, it's for parents, it's for teachers. Okay, they have a lot of people from the district that's taking these calls and helping with distance learning.
Okay, no, I really want to thank you guys, what you're doing. And I think it's been so helpful for all of us. I just want to take this time just to thank you all.
Thank you for saying that. I think we have one more hand up, Michelle.
Yep, I see.
Okay.
It was Vanessa. Yeah, thank you for saying that as well.
So much.
And we're happy to help.
Yeah.
Vanessa, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, I had a question. So when I'm adding channels, I noticed that all the way at the bottom it says automatically show this channel in everyone's channel list. And so in the beginning, I was always checking that off, but eventually it says that I maxed out that use, and I'm not sure what that means.
So it basically means that there's a limit on the number of channels that automatically show up in a channel list. All the other channels will be hidden. I believe the number is 10 or 12 that show up on the channel list. Okay?
Awesome.
Okay, no problem. Okay, I don't see any more hands up. That means you guys are good?
I have one more question.
Margarita, go ahead.
Yes, all these meetings that you had, the Zoom meetings that you had on Microsoft Teams, are they available right away?
Yeah.
Because I missed a few of them doing another Zoom meeting in another situation. So we'll be able to watch everything we missed.
So Audrey will say, tell you about that.
So I put the link up at the beginning of this, but it's on our YouTube channel. So all of the previous videos, Ophelia, do you still have that screenshot? All of our previous webinars. So right now I've lost count. How many have we done?
Oh my gosh. I think the total was 8 for just the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we've done like 3 or 4 more before.
Right.
So
we did the 2 YouTube ones. So we've got probably, at least 10 of these webinars. And at the very beginning of the shutdown, we did just the first ones that we did 3 Q&As. And the reason that we did that was because a lot of teachers were just so lost and had no idea where to begin. And we thought it would be a good way to gauge what teachers needed to learn. And therefore, we would be able to, create tutorials based on what teachers really needed. So we had those, and those are also up. I think one of those is up on the YouTube channel as well. Okay, so if you go to it's youtube.com/users/education fund, but everything is on our website. And I'm just going to again, thank everybody for joining on all of these. It's been amazing that we've had such a response to these. We are going to try our best to do more. But again, in order for us to provide these webinars for you, we have to do fundraising, because we don't ask Michelle and Carmen and Ophelia or any of our other webinar leaders to do this for free. This is their time and their expertise. If we have to raise funds for this. So please take some time and thank us on social media. It really, really helps us. And also, if you've got $5 to spare or more, if you've got a rich uncle that just left you some money, we have our global giving that Ford is matching funds, and we have to reach a certain amount of money. And if we don't get any of it. But if we get that money, we'll be able to do many, many more trainings. So $5 here, $5 there goes a long way. That is also available on our website, educationfund.org. All of the webinars will be on our YouTube channel. We're doing a virtual happy hour next Thursday. There will be some more prizes, but after last time, we're not doing drawings. That got out of control. So we're going to have a Kahoot game, and teachers will have to earn the prizes. And that's going to be next Thursday to celebrate the end of the school year. We'll have a little bit more information on whatever we're going to be doing over the summer in terms of additional training. Please just visit our website regularly. Please tweet us, post on Instagram and Facebook. And we look forward to hosting more of these for you. We really appreciate you for what you do for our students in this community, and for taking the time to improve your skills and be better at what you're doing in this new world that we're all thrust into. So congratulations to all of you for being the stars of this district and really taking the time. So many of you I've seen in almost all of these webinars, and you are to be commended. Somebody emailed and asked me, is there some kind of a certificate? No. And the reason for that is we jumped at this. And as you know, anything with the district to get approval takes time. So in order for us to provide master plan points for any of this, we have to ask the district like months in advance. And we didn't have that kind of time. So sadly, you won't be able to get any kind of credit for these. We can try. You can certainly email and try, because we can send them the list of who registered. But if you guys want to try to fight that battle downtown, that's on you. But we will try to get for future trainings. We'll try to get it so that you guys can at least get some kind of credit for it. If it will help you, I will send everybody an email, just thanking you for your participation in these webinars. If that's something you need to show your principal or anybody, would that be helpful? Does anybody need something like that? You can just type a Y if it's a yes, or thumbs up. or you can unmute and just tell me. If you feel free.
Yes, that would be helpful.
Okay, so feel free to email me. I know that it's the end of the day. It's been a long day. Feel free to email. I will see if I can get some kind of notification out to you guys, just to acknowledge that you took all of this training and you can fight your battles downtown. It just takes us a really long time to get that approval. But we will work on it for the next round, that hopefully we'll have some of these over the summer. And thank you again, and we appreciate you. Look out for the email for the happy hour next week. We look forward to hosting you for that as well. And stay safe, and feel free to email me with any questions or concerns or comments about any of it. If you have suggestions of additional trainings, we're trying to raise funds so that we can provide some. So if you have suggestions about what you need, email me. I'm happy to, answer all of your emails. Okay. That's it for me. I'm done. It's been back-to-back Zooms and webinars for me. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Michelle, Carmen, and Ophelia, the dream team. You guys are amazing. I get so many emails saying how incredible you are, and I concur. You guys have done such an amazing thing for this district. I mean, it's just unbelievable. 2,000 teachers in 2 months. That's incredible, right? So
thank you, Audrey, for doing this for us. Thank you so much, Audrey, for including us and letting us be part of that. Thank you.
Everybody a round of applause.
Thank you, Audrey. Thank you.
No, thank all of you. So have a great night. Have a great
Audrey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't go anywhere. I'm hoping we're not all rushing to go out now that things are starting to open, because I don't think it's quite safe yet. I hope everybody's going to still be careful and stay safe, and we'll get through this eventually, right? So
3 cheers for Michelle. 3 cheers for Michelle. Yay!
Yay! So join us next Thursday. Great Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy yourself. You deserve this long weekend. Boy, you guys deserve it. And we'll see you next Thursday at the happy hour. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.